Why we are sharing with you a little bit about how the name are being derived? Because that is that very idea the developer feel they wanted to make sure that when they want to derive the name called CLAVON, they want it to be very linked to the origin of the site analysis itself. So let's take a look at this CLAVON. CLAVON, Clementi. They study the site, very strong educational hub. And in fact, Mr. Nyam, the group CEO of UOL, in fact, feel, based on his personal analysis, the world as it gets more uncertain, right? Okay, like trade war, COVID-19, etc. Educational hub going forward will be ever more important. Ever more important. Why? A lot of foreigners and even, we call it, many from Asian countries will start to come over to Singapore for higher learning. Say for instance, the nearby NUS ranked as top school in Asia and also the world. So this location analysis is also like an extension to the One North, an extension to the second CBD in the West, and as well as Greater Southern Waterfront. You start to see this? And using the same methodology that UOL derived the name for Trival, for Principal Garden, for Avenue South, that means linking up from the site. He started to look into Clementi location. In this case, it's Clementi Avenue 1. Yeah, Clementi Avenue 1. So it starts with Clementi, CL, Avenue, AV, 1ON, CLAVON. The integration of this very site that give you this very new, refreshing, and different theme. So that's the reason why they wanted to be inspired to derive the name, okay, from the very location analysis itself, because it actually derived a very new name that never before we hear, CLAVON. And it must be refreshing, it must be different. So can you see the whole inspiration? The whole inspiration design is going to be in this new, refreshing, different as compared to our competitors that is currently offering. So that is where the whole conception, okay, is being started. So by using this very integration of Clementi Avenue 1, right, they also integrate using the latest 3 masterpieces award-winning development. The best practices from all these masterpieces come into one to build this beautiful CLAVON. So that is that why behind CLAVON. A lot of attention to details are being made by the whole architecture team. So that is where, what if we combine the best concepts of these 3 award winnings? On top, you see Avenue South, residences, below Principal Garden, and Travel. Okay, so now look into CLAVON itself. It has the sloping terrains. And the sloping terrains offer opportunities like the upper decks and the lower decks, which I'll be showing you the perspective later. And also the opportunity to create the nooks and corners. That is the best practices that the developer and the architecture actually provided for Travel. So the nook and corners, all right, will also be introduced into CLAVON to provide more social space, family magical spaces, okay? Not only that, because of the down-sloping undulating terrain, it also provided an opportunity to build basement car park, okay? So that when we build a basement car park, there will be, you free up more land, more landscaping for the whole community. Unlike our neighbors, the Claremont Canopy, we want to be different, remember? In this case, the theme, it must be new, it must be different. So our neighbor is building a multi-story, but ours will be a basement car park. The overall theme would be a 5-star upper field kind of resort field ambience. It's up to 37 level floor, okay, 37 level, and it's a rare opportunity also when the developers study the site, they can gain some they can gain the best practices from the gain from Avenue South residences, where one block will not block the views of another block. So this site, CLAVON, actually offers that opportunity, okay, to have two majestic tower, okay, that has clear view towards the sea water view, like Avenue South residences. So did you start to see the integration of ideas that comes about? And when one enters CLAVON, okay, they want the residents to not see the building. Later I'll share with you exactly what we mean by not seeing the concrete jungle first, but by going into to have a very feeling, okay, of a total 5-star ambience kind of feeling, that the whole area are being filled up by the greens and the blues. Why is it possible? Because they're also getting the best concept from Principal Garden, and the 80-20 rules will be going into CLAVON. 20% building footprint and 80% landscaping of the green and the blues. So these are what we call by integration of the Clementi Avenue 1, the 3 keyword, and also at the same time, integrating the best concept of the 3 award-winning masterpieces together to form this outstanding, unique product that some of you already mentioned in the chat for this very, very outstanding CLAVON. So let me share with you the next slide. As you can see from here, right, not only that they integrate the best practices from these 3 masterpieces, but also for the layout. Even the layout, a lot of attention are being put into the layout for the 1-bedder, 2-bedder, 3-bedder, 4-bedder, and 5-bedder in view of the COVID-19 context. So later we'll zoom into the floor plan a little bit more, all right? So before I continue, all right? So let's participate. It's going to be very interesting. So what developer actually integrate using the Avenue South best practices? Can somebody share with me in the chat group right now? Send to all attendees and also all panelists. Avenue South, what is the best practices that they integrate for CLAVON? Because the main idea is to integrate, right? They integrate, what is that? Did you see the Avenue South in this perspective here right now? It is 2 majestic tower. Bingo, thank you, Kim Key. All right, 2 blocks not facing each other. Bingo. That is very true. One of the best practices. Not only that, also facing towards the waterfront. So ladies and gentlemen, you know how to articulate already. Now, correct. And the other one, how about Principal Garden? What is the best practices from all the audience here? They use the best practices from Principal Garden, okay, into CLAVON. What is the best practices? Landscaping, a little bit more. Something got to do in number. What is the number? Yes, bingo, 80-20 rule. To share with you a little, for all the typical condo, right? Usually it's 50-50. 50% footprint, 50% landscaping. And if you realize normal condominium, they will always have the condominium facing each other. See that? They face each other. I face another condo. I face another condo. Yeah? 50-50. Whereas they integrate the best of the Principal Garden into CLAVON. Bingo. How about number 3? Trevor. Okay? The blue and the green is correct. But another thing, did you realize, take a look at the perspective of Trevor now? There's many what we call the nodes and the what? You have to remember these 2 important words. Nodes and the what? Nodes and the corners. Can ladies and gentlemen do ourselves a participation? You key in nodes and corners so that you know how the whole CLAVON conception is being done. The nodes, N-O-O-K, and corners. All right. This is the nodes and corners that derive from the Trevor. Thank you, Rena, for typing this. Because once you type, it go into you. You go in your layman way when you do your presentation. You will have the feel of it. Why the nooks and corners? Because the nooks and corners will provide a lot of private space. You know, in this COVID-19, sometimes if I don't want to work at home, I may just want to go down to CLAVON. There will be some pockets of corners where it's very private. And It doesn't gather big crowds because currently we cannot be more than 5% in a gathering, remember? So you go into a quiet corner, the nooks and the corners will give you that different kind of experiences while doing your work. You see that? It is a very well thought out CLAVON strong project. So they integrate these three masterpieces into what we call CLAVON. So let's go deep now, all right? Let's go deep now. As you can see from this, feel it, the 80-20 rule. Can you see the footprint? It's going to happen in CLAVON. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to happen in CLAVON. The 80-20 rule. Trevor, the nooks and the corners. There will be pockets of nooks and corners for us to do our works, for us to enjoy. It would also be in CLAVON. How about this? The majestic tower, towering all the way up with unblocked views, far views, will also be incorporated in CLAVON. Award-winning developer, as you aware, not only just winning local awards, Asia awards, but also FIASI award, yeah? I only want to bring to attention the 3 award-winning masterpieces. Can you see Principal Garden? Can you see? It is not short of awards. Can you see Avenue South Residences? Can you see? Not short of awards. You name it, we have it. And we're getting all the best practices into CLAVON, all right? Into CLAVON. Take a look at Trevor. So that is that very gist. They want to get all the gist and the accents of these few developments coming together to make this outstanding product, CLAVON. Yeah? Bullet point number 2, I'm going to the architectural inspiration. Sorry, there's a typo error. Inspiration. And in this inspiration, there will be 5 important sentences you need to know. Site analysis, design concept, unit, block plans, project concept, and also perspective to give you that different kind of experiences that you'll be enjoying within this CLAVON. I'm very excited when I see this because the price is so irresistible with such a strong product. This 4th quarter 2020 will be our day, will be our buyers' day as well, because they'll be getting this wonderful product at such an irresistible price. So take a look at site analysis. Can you feel this, ladies and gentlemen? What did you see? That very feel when you come in. Yeah? Can you see this? Later, I will elaborate a little bit more on that. All right, let's take a look at this site analysis first. Remember, CLAVON derived from the site analysis, just like how developer derived the name for Trevor, for Principal Garden, and also Avenue South Residences. In the macro context, the location is dotted the orange color in the Clementi town. Yeah, it is in the Clementi town in the west. As you can see, it is well connected. If you look at the site within the 1-click and the 2-click radius, within the 1-click, we have walking distance to the Clementi MRT. And most importantly, if you look at the within the 2-click radius, it is actually well connected. This MRT is actually one stop to, we call it the second CBD. Remember the extension of Clementi? And not only that, it's only 1 stop, 2 stop towards the Buona Vista MRT. One North is also an extension of the Clementi. This is how we see the site analysis. Yeah? How we see the site analysis in this context. So it's well connected east-west circle and also northwest MRT line. Very well connected. If you go into the site context, can you take a look at the Clementi Avenue 1? Very well connected to two important, we call it route. One is the Clementi Road in green color, and the other one is Commonwealth Avenue South. And it's also linked very nearly to the Clementi Avenue 2. Clementi Avenue 2 with a short distance drive towards the AYE, towards city. Very superbly well connected. This is the site that gives us that superb location. And take a look at the very analysis that Mr. Niam mentioned, educational hub that ever increasing, becoming more important, especially in the COVID and uncertainty climates that we have. Take a look at number 1 to number 25. Number 1 to number 25, NUS High School, Nanhua High. You name it, number 1, number 2, all the way up to number 25. Within a 1-click and 2-click radius, we have all the financial institutions that make up this very educational hub location that currently CLAVON enjoying right now within this short neighborhood context. So take a look at the commercial context, the neighborhood context. As you can see from number 1, West Coast Plaza, City Vibes, all the way down to Fair Price Clementi Avenue 2. It is well connected to all these commercial amenities for us to enjoy. Yeah? If you look at the wider context on the green, all right? Looking from the side, if you realize from the 1-click and 2-click radius, there are plenty of green bodies. Can you see the green bodies circling it? We have this Clementi Wood Park, Clementi West Park within short 1 and 2-click radius, as well as Pandan Reservoir. Towards the north, okay, look at towards the north, you have this Bukit Timah Nature Reserve and Bukit Batok Nature Park. This is towards the north. Towards the east, the Singapore Botanical Garden, and towards the city. That is towards the east. How about towards the south? Towards the south, you get to see this, we call it the Singapore Streets and the Sea View. Okay, why is it so important? Because now we're analyzing the site. Because the site has huge implication on the views that the architects are going to be cleverly designed to ensure that all this optimization of views are being afforded to all the clients, to all the residents staying within CLAVON. And how about to the west? To the west, you'll be enjoying the Pandan Reservoir. See that? So you need to get your north, south, east, west view from the location CLAVON to have this big view, so that you understand the overall architecture inspiration behind CLAVON. Yeah. So take a look into the master plan right now. As you can see from the master plan, towards the north, as you can see, 3.5, that's why it allows CLAVON to build up to 40-story high. But of course, in this context, they build up to 37. But we can build as high as up to 40-story based on the 3.5 plot ratio towards the north. How about towards the east, where you get to see the educational zoning? Towards the south, you already know the sea, and towards the west is where the Pandan Garden is. Yeah. So in summary, that is where it'll give you an idea. All right, hill view towards the north, city view towards the east, south towards the sea view, and west towards the sea view, as well as the Pandan Reservoir view. So that is the site analysis. So now let's put into the design concept after knowing the site analysis. Yeah. So the very idea of this is to bring up the building, the two majestic tower up. So we explain why it is 37th floor. Yeah. Because the developer actually lift the majestic tower up to 8.5 meter. It's about 3-story. So the 3 plus 37 is 40. You see my cursor here? They lift up. So it's actually lifting up so that there's very huge elevation buffer away from the AYE. Away is an elevation acoustic buffer. Yeah. Not only that, when you lift up, can you see the green color arrow? The green color arrow, it allows, because undulating terrain, it allows a cascading upper deck and lower deck feel all the way down. Remember the CLAVON, they wanted to be new, they wanted to be different, they wanted to be refreshing. It's very different because we rarely see condominium can enjoy this cascading upper deck, lower deck feel, okay, to give the residents the kind of different experiences. Okay, on upper deck, which is exclusive, I'll explain more, and the lower deck, which is family social feel. Yeah. And the main idea is to bring up this building in a way that achieves clean, sophisticated, and timeless, iconic tower. What are the three words you need to remember? Clean, sophisticated, and timeless iconic tower. So that's the exact words, okay, used by the architects. All right. So the greens and the blues will fill up the whole 80%, where the two majestic tower will only fill up the footprint of just only 20%. And can you see that two building from this two building on this very draft drawing? The two building is going to be unobstructed views. Okay, unobstructed views. Okay, learning the best from the Avenue South residences to have both the north and the south view. Yeah. All the units are going to be north-south orientation. There's not a single unit that's having the west sun. Can you imagine that? It's amazing. It's going to all the residents. For all those higher floor lovers, you get to see the panoramic views unblocked. For those lower floor, they'll be enjoying the cascading, beautiful landscaping view that soothes their emotions, that soothes their soul, okay, when they're working from home. See that very idea? Let me share with you the next perspective. And take a look at these two majestic tower looking from the south. On the left is block 6. On the right is block 8. Right? As you can see, the clubhouse. Where is the clubhouse? That is the very clubhouse, which I'll zoom into it later. The affinity pool. Can you see this affinity pool? That's adjacent to it is the gym, air-conditioned gym. And that is what we call the upper deck streaming down to the lower decks. And the perimeter will be beelines with very decorated done up 3 beelines. Yeah, 3 beelines. And you also incorporate the corner and the nooks. Remember? The nooks and the corners within the upper deck and the lower decks, where you get to see pockets of pavilions, pockets of water plays, okay, pockets of grill pavilions, all this to allow social spaces together, and also some corners for you to do your work. So that is the gist from the 3 masterpieces coming into this very perspective here. Yeah. So as you can see, this is another view. Okay, looking from the south as well. Looking from the north. If you are looking from the north, you're coming from the Clementi Avenue 1. And that's where you go into this cursor. Can you see my cursor? Go into this nice gateway. You'll be first greeted with a very grand drop-off entrance. And there's a childcare center that is, okay, that is the residence. Okay, residence convenience is 700 square meter with a separate, we call it separate way towards the car park for residents. It's a semi-privacy. It provides privacy for the residents and yet convenience for the residents. And the substation and bin centers is going to be quietly tucked into the basement. So the residents are not going to see all these amenities. Yeah, very attention to details in every single thing. Let's take a look at the site right now. Zooming at the site, the constraint. Constraint can become an opportunity when we analyze it properly. So towards the south, you get to see there's 2-story or 40-story HDB block called Clementi Peaks and also Casa Clementi. Yeah, that is towards the north. Let me superimpose the building for you right now. Can you see this is the 2 majestic tower? These are the 2 majestic tower. One block 6 and this is block 8. Yeah. So this is the elevated tower we mentioned earlier on. So using the scientific computer, etc. Towards the south, blue color arrow, as you can see, we can leverage on the nice panoramic south sea view, yeah, that the whole terrain of the site offers. And how about towards the north? Towards the north, the developer and architects deliberately tilt the block. Can you start to realize they tilt the block? I think very observant. Let me see the chat group. Let me bring out the chat group so that I can participate. And you got any question, you can also ask me. I'm very excited. Okay, so you can see they actually deliberately tilt the block. Yeah, initially it's straight, but they tilt. Why they tilt the block? Can somebody make an intelligent guess? Why they tilt the block? Why they tilt these 2 blocks? They tilt. Why? Why they tilt the 2 blocks? Yes, to optimize the view. Thank you, CK. Thank you, Linda. Better view. Yes, please participate. Because once you participate, the whole key G's of the inspiration be within you. Correct? No blocking. Sea views. Yes, you're right. You see, they're using size. Can you see that? They're using size. They're using computer dimensions. When they tilt this, right? When they tilt these two blocks, Majestic Tower, towards the north, they will be able to see that corridor, the Bukit Timah corridor view towards the north. That is the corridor view that will afford the best view for those who buy the units that's facing towards the north. The one that's buying facing towards the south will be sea views. Remember the Psych Analysis? So all this will come into play. Yeah? Because we know the surrounding well. So the whole gist, the whole inspiration is focusing on what? Maximization of views. Can you write maximization of views and lights into the units? So not only that the two Majestic Walk is north-south orientation, the overall architectural concept is to also maximize view and maximize air and lights within the building. Air and lights within the building. Yeah? Can you see I superimpose now? Yes, Jesse, you're right. Maximization of views. Take note, views, light, maximization of views, light, and air. Because north-south orientation. Ladies and gentlemen, know how to articulate the very concept, maximization of view, air, and light into the unit. Can you imagine you are the resident staying in it? You enjoy fresh air. Yeah? Because it's being tilted to make sure that the air will flow into the unit, the light will flow into the unit because of the tilt. You saw the tilt? Can you see the two 40-story, the two 40-story red color building? Can you see that? It is deliberate tilt to have that corridor, open corridor view towards the north. See that? It is very attention to details, to this kind of attention. So show all these slides to your client when you see them face to face. You see that red color one? The positioning is for that purpose. Yeah? So can you see this terrace landscaping, the 80-20 rules where it comes into play, where they can tuck the basement car park quietly behind without anyone noticing it? Can you see the red arrow here? That is the ground level, all the way to the infinity, to the, we call it upper deck, to the lower deck. And this building, remember, it is being raised, okay? It's being raised 8.5 meter, almost approximately 3 story, yeah? And that is where the AYE is. From this distance, from the AYE to the units, is as wide as 31 meter to 90 meter horizontal buffer. Can you see the horizontal buffer, the noise buffer? And not forgetting that one is a slip road. The noise level is actually very minimum. Plus the fact that, okay, for the windows and the sliding door, okay, it's thicker compared to the one that's facing the other side. Not only that, acoustic ceiling will also be provided for all the units that's facing towards the south. While they enjoy the nice view, they also enjoy the acoustic treatment. And window restrictor, the calculation of the window restrictor is also provided to reduce the noise level decimals to the minimum. So these are all the attention to the details to this CLAVON for one to enjoy. Yeah. So take a look more. So if you look at this expansive view right now, towards the north, hill view, towards the south, sea view, towards the east, city view. Yeah, all the units are north-south. How come Rainer is telling you towards the east, sea view? No, towards the east is city view and towards the west is Pandan Reservoir view. Because later I'm going to show you the attention to details. They also want residents to enjoy this east and the west view, which I'll show you shortly. Yeah. Okay, this is the elevation. Just to give you a quick perspective, as you can see, this is what the majestic building is being raised. Can see that it's being raised. Can you see it's being raised 8.5 meter? And is you and you can see this is a 2-level CCC childcare center. Bin center is tucked. This amenity, the bin center and the substation is tucked in the basement 1. Can you see the whole of basement 1? The whole of basement 1 is actually the basement car park tucked quietly below. And this is what we call the upper deck. And the upper deck, and this is the lower deck. You can enjoy 2 infinity experience view. The first infinity view on my cursor here, take a look. This infinity view, remember the theme, new, different, refreshing. New, different, refreshing. It is an OCR project that offers this unique product that no other products are able to record it, even compare. Yeah, as you can see from this infinity view on the first upper deck, and that is another infinity view towards the treetop, which I'll show you shortly. And of the highest level, it is 37th floor. And remember the east and the west view, that is where they actually imbued the sky terraces for all the residents to enjoy the panoramic views and also a skydiving experiences within the 37 roof terrace here. Can you see the roof terrace that affords one towards the east and one towards the west view? Yeah, and that is the concept of this very high-rise majestic tower. How about the site plan? Looking at this site plan, as you can see from here, it is, you got 3 side gate. There's 3 side gate, 1 side gate here. The other side gate is towards the Clementi Avenue 2, where they can go over, walk over to the, we call it Clementi MRT very easily. I mean, for those you know how to recce, how to walk through the HDB, you realize that it's even a lot shorter, okay? Shorter if you were to use this side gate to walk towards the MRT. And this another side gate is at the bottom. Yeah, 3 side gate for the residents to leverage on to get to the amenities and the transportation hubs. As you come in from this Avenue 1, that is where you go in. You go into this grand, very grand entrance, which I'll show you in a perspective later. It is a very private. As you come in from here, you also be privately led into the basement car park without disturbing your entrance. Yeah, without disturbing your entrance. So you got this flexibility of doing that as well. And this is a 50-meter lap pool. You got a 50-meter lap pool at the upper deck. Okay, a nice clubhouse. The clubhouse is going to wow you. Okay, the clubhouse got three team. Okay, function room 1, 2, 3, all each have a very competitive theme for the residents to enjoy with games rooms, karaoke rooms. Okay, games room, karaoke rooms, all tucked in this corner here for you to enjoy. Yeah, the 80-20 rules. Can you start to see the 80-20 rules? The 80-20 rules on this very small footprint of this, we call it 2 majestic tower. Okay, actually being flush. Okay, being surrounded with all the landscaping. Can you see all the landscaping? That's hugely covered by the greens and the blues cascading all the way down. So that is the very ideal. The basement 1, that is where all the car park is. Basement 2. So now, the experiences I want you to imagine now driving along Clementi Avenue 1 as you enter. Yeah, the main idea is new, different, and what? Refreshing, right? And the new, different, refreshing is when you come in, you won't see the building. It is a controlled, very nice, controlled, calibrated view where you'll be greeted with this vast grand entrance, yeah, on this drop off. And as you enter, can you see this feeling? As you enter, you'll be greeted with this infinity, wide, expansive view towards the sky, towards the water. And you'll be walking towards the forest corridor. Can you see the 2 linkages here in my perspective here? Can you see this cursor? The 2 is to lead you to your respective apartments. Lead you towards the respective apartment without being disturbed. The kind of that roof, can you see that very golden feel roof that give you the upper luxury feel that you are being greeted as you come into the entrance? So that is that very first experiences. Okay, the developer wanted the residents to enjoy, wanted your family, okay, wanted your guests when they come in to enjoy, all right? When they come in to enjoy this view. Another perspective towards the 50-meter lap pool, okay, towards the gym. This is the gym area here. This is the upper deck cascading down beautifully to the lower deck. And this is the lower deck, another experiences for you to wine and chill with your friends. On the right, it is where the gym is. Can you see as you can see from here, this is the cascading down all the way, water cove where you can enjoy. Can you see that? As you can see from this, very nice on the right, this is the gym and the social lounges. They call it gym and social lounge. Later I'll show you another perspective. It gives you all the nooks and corners. See that? When you're here, when you're at this nooks and corners, you're able to see the infinity pool. You also get to see the lower deck of the playground. Can you imagine you as a papa and mama having had this enjoyment here while overlooking your children, okay, to play at this, we call it the children paradise. This is the dry play, and that is the wet play. It's the wet play and the dry play, and this is the kids' pool at the lower decks. So the whole upper deck is more exclusive, 5-star light ambience, and the lower deck is more family, community, social ambience. They want to bring these two experiences together within CLAVON. Yeah, that is the aerial view from the top, and that is another view towards the clubhouse. This is the clubhouse, and to the left is where the gym and the social lounge is, for you to give that different perspective. And this is the function room 1. Okay, the theme of this function room 1 is overlooking the water courtyard to give you the more official kind of feel. Okay, the more official kind of feel. Say, for example, you want to get some more important business associates over. So it's a different mood, different theme. The second one is more leisure, towards the infinity pool, infinity wide 50-meter lap pool, where you overlooks the, we call it the pool deck. And this is where you can get your family over, or you can even quietly come into the function room to do small gatherings, etc. all this. And how about the third one? The third one is on the canopies, the 3 canopy experiences. So it provided the 3 different experiences for you to enjoy. Not only that, as you can see from here, there's another view from pool deck towards the gym and social lounge. This is the gym and social lounge to give you the infinity expansive view while enjoying what we call the sunset setting. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. Where you can tuck at this corner here, doing some readings, yeah, enjoying the expensive 80% landscaping that seldom condominiums offers. Yeah, and this is the very another experiences, the nooks and the corners where you can go into the lounge, sit at the sofa here, remember, at the sofa here, where you can enjoy the whole overarching view of the soothing cascading water view, to see the whole landscaping of the upper deck towards the lower deck. So that is what they want you to enjoy. How about the interior? The interior is being sophisticatedly designed, very contemporary, to give you the right feel. And on the right, that's where you get to see the children's, we call it the kids' play, on the right. And as you can see further up here, can you see further up here, that's where it integrates between the gym and the social space. So imagine after a day's work, you go for your gym, and after you go for your gyms, you can just proceed to the social space to do some reading if you want to. Or even your wife can be doing some reading of the newspapers while you're doing your gym. It's all importantly attention to details to bond the residents. Yeah, to bond the residents together. So as you can see from this gym, giving you the 2 different experiences of different view, one on the right towards the infinity view, the infinity pool, they leverage by having the glass partition to enjoy the 2 expansive view. And towards the left is where you can enjoy while you are gymming. You can also get to see your kids playing at the kids' paradise area. So it is that very different experiences that CLAVON want to bring out the best of living, okay, for all the residents within it. Now, let's zoom into the units and the block plans. So as you can see from this, remember I promised you about the east and the west view? As you can see from the east and the west view is being leveraging on the 37th floor. So on the tower 6, that is west towards the west view. Can you see this cursor here? Can you see this cursor here? Towards the west is where you get to see the Pandan Reservoir, while they enjoy a family time over this tower 6, 37th floor. And how about tower 8? That is where they enjoy an expansive view towards the east, the city view. So you get the best of 4 views: city, north, south, east, west, to give you that diverse experiences that all the residents are able to enjoy. Yeah. And this is the site plan. All right. The site plan with very sophisticated, well thought out facilities, and all these amenities are actually tucked very quietly, okay, down at the basement. like the bin center and a substation, where the residents don't even notice it. Yeah. Okay. The block, generally there are 5 units towards the south, 4 units towards the north. In total, there's 9 units per block. It is served by 3 lifts, and 2 staircases. Yeah. As you can see from this very perspective here, the bigger unit, 3-bed, 4-bed, and 5-bed, generally they are all tucked quietly at the corner. So you get to see all the corner units are all the 3-bedder, 4-bedder, and the 5-bedder. So the concept is very clean, very simple. Okay. As you can see from this tower 6, the upper level, the highest level, that is where you enjoy the north, south, east, west. In this case, the west view. This is the roof terrace that you get to see. And this is the 4 units facing towards the south. Yeah. Level 8 is exactly the same concept. It's just that for level 8, the roof terraces will be facing towards the east, towards the, we call it the city view. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the floor plan. The floor plan for the 1-bedder, as you enter from the main entrance, is very sizable, nice kitchenette, greeted with a nice living and dining area. As you can see from this, it's a very COVID, we call it next generation condo, where they can enjoy a very sizable, we call it study area, and it's being divided by we call it a glass partition. And this, when you see the show flat, you'll be totally wow. Okay, now you only see 2 dimensions, but when you see the show flat, which is likely next week, all right, likely next week, you will be totally wow. It's amazing. The size is so palatable, so sizable. Yeah, as you can see from this, it will be allowing more lights to come into your bedrooms, more light, more air. And the owners are also having the flexibility to actually close up if you want to. So you have this flexibility in mind. How about the 2-bedroom? I'm focusing more on the show flat unit for now. It is a butterfly unit. Can you see the butterfly wings? Butterfly wings. Superb layout with minimum corridor. In fact, no corridor. If you realize the 2 bedrooms, super efficient. As you can see from the left, master bedroom easily fit a king size bed. And the right, the bedroom to easily fit a queen size bed. Yeah, and a nice closable kitchen, nicely tucked in. And most importantly, facing all the living, master bedroom and bedrooms are all facing outward panoramic views. Yeah. So that is the show flat. Show flat is B, P. P stand for premium. B stand for 2-bedroom. Just in case for those who are new, A is usually what we call 1-bedroom. But in this case, is 1 plus study. All right. So show flat, we have the 1 plus study. We also have the BP3. This is the perspective. Okay, taking from the, we call it the balcony. It's amazing size, very sizable living and dining area. Can you see this island here? Even after putting this garden, this island here, you realize that the main idea is to also provide the flexibility for the owners to enjoy not just a good dining, but also after the dining, you can read your newspaper here, you can do your study here. It is also like a double as a study area. Very cozy for you to enjoy because of that very livable space. And of course, the butterfly layout for investor, it is very good for you to rent out either as a whole unit or the flexibility to rent out to 2 different tenants because there's a privacy. There's a privacy for them to one go to the left and one go to the right. Yeah, and the central area can become a co-space living. So this is for those investors who are interested to have that flexibility. Yeah. And even for single, how about single? The single may want to stay in one of the room and the other one, they can rent it out, get rental income, and actually to help to ease their mortgages. So there's a lot of flexibility in this very well thought out layout. Can you see this? The room easily fit a queen size bed with a very nice fitted air condition. Quality finishes, you have to see it for yourself. All right. I'll be talking about the other remaining 2 bedrooms, the B1 layout. That is the smaller size 2-bedroom, 6, 7, 8 square foot. As you can see, butterfly as well. Butterfly layout. The only key difference, take note, is one bath. Yeah, 1 bath. So for those who wanted lower quantum, this is definitely a good grab. We are foreseeing 1-bedder, 2-bedder, all will be snap up, okay, on day one, just like Penrose, all right? Because of the irresistible prices that you're going to see shortly, right? So that is the B1 layout. How about the BP? P stands for what? Premium. Whenever you hear premium means there's 2 toilets, 2 bed, 2 bath, yeah? 2 bed, 2 bath. So this is the BP1, which we call the traditional layout, because we also want to cater for different family feel. Traditional layout, that means not the butterfly style, okay, but traditional layout to cater for this group of potential residents. BP2, likewise for BP2 is also the traditional layout, yeah, the non-butterfly. So it actually gives you the opportunity to reach out to different group of clients, yeah. Okay, this is the CP1. As you can see from this CP1, right? C stands for 3-bedroom, P stands for premium, yeah. CP1, this is the show flat unit, all right? Show flat unit. So show flat, we have the 1-bedder, okay? The BP3 and the CP1. 1 bed, 2 bed, and the 3 bed. Yeah, see that? Okay, take a look at this dry and wet kitchen. It comes with a very sizable dry kitchen for you to entertain your guests, a wet kitchen for you to do very nice cookery for the family, and a lot of attention is being paid on the layout. Remember, can you see the storeroom is very sizable? Because this storeroom is not just a storeroom, it is a universal multifunctional room. You can either double it as, for those, you can either double it as a domestic helper rooms with a WC attached. It's like maids having the enjoyment of the attached WC as well. Okay, the whole yard area being enjoyed by the domestic helpers. Or you can actually double it as a, what we call study room if you want to, because it's sizable enough, or storage, or even hobby rooms. Can you see that? So that is the main idea that the developers wanted the residents to have this flexibility, because post-COVID, or we call it a post-COVID circuit breaker, COVID, a lot of us are now working from home. So it provided you with that flexibility. And the bedroom 2 and bedroom 3, you'll be easily able to fit a queen size bed, and the master bedroom is very sizable. You will be able to fit we call it a mini study if you want to. But if you want additional storage area, you'll be able to fit into this master bedroom, additional storage. It is unlike those very small master bedroom. You are able to fit a king size bed and you have space for you to maneuver. Very functional for you to enjoy your living in this 3-bedder. Yeah. Keynote is this part, the universal. Take note of this, something that's very unique compared to other developments. Yeah. This is the perspective. Okay, there's a typo error here. It should be CP1. All right. It is a show flat unit looking towards the entrance. You have to see it very beautifully done up. All right. 3-bedder, marble flooring. Okay, greeted you, good space, etc. All this. So, okay, how about the other 3-bedders? The C1 layout, which is the smallest 3-bedder, which is 958 square foot. 958 square foot. As you can see from what is common, as you can see from here, you realize that all the 3 bedrooms and also the living rooms are all facing outwards. So this is to provide the residents with the most maximization of views, lights, and air into the units. Yeah, into the units with we call it a naturally ventilated kitchen. Yeah, very suitable for family stay, and a very well-connected bath towards the bedroom 2 and bedroom 3. Yeah, so this is the C1 layout. How about the CP2? Remember, P is always premium. Yeah, premium. Premium means a bigger unit. All right, in this case, 1130 square foot. Okay, what is common? All the bedrooms, as you can see from here, and the living room is facing towards the expansive outward view. And this is where I want to highlight for the premium. Remember this store? It is a universal room. Can you see the linkages? They actually provide the flexibility to link from the wet WC out and also from the corridor. So that dual access flexibility is important, because the dual access flexibility will give you an idea how you want to use this universal room to suit your own family needs. So say, for example, if I'm a family with a domestic helper, yeah, I can actually convert this into a domestic helper room where my domestic helper will be working along this whole area here, providing me with the rest of the privacy. But let's say, for example, for housewife who didn't employ domestic helper, you can easily fit this as a what? Even a study room, or we call it a mini library for your kids, okay, where you line up all the books, etc., all this, or even a hobby room, a study room, you call it, okay, to enjoy. Well, enjoy. So while you do your readings here or reading rooms, the housewife may be able to just exit from here and start to do the cookery for the families. You see that? It is that flexibility to provide the needs and wants of the family, okay, for this whole layout. Don't underestimate this, because a lot of attention to details, okay, is warranted before we are able to derive, okay, this kind of layout. Yeah, it's very important. As you can see from the D1 layout, the 4-bedder, there's no 4-bedroom show flat, okay, there's no 4-bedroom show flat. As you can see from this 4-bedroom, same thing, same concept. Did you realize that very flexibility that we have for this? Okay, as you can see from here, right? Can you see the storage? This is the D1 layout. Generally, the 4 bedrooms, the D1 layout. Let's start from the dry and the wet kitchen. As you can see from the dry and the wet kitchen, dry is generally for us to entertain our guests, where I put the fruit platters. Okay, the wet kitchen is very, very comfortable size for you to do your cookery, naturally ventilated with domestic helper. Generally for 4 bedrooms, from our observation, usually come with domestic helper, and the domestic helper will be able to stay within this. We call it domestic helper room, and that's where they can actually feel this whole, we call it the backyard area. Yeah. So as you come in from here, right, this particular bath is well connected to this bathroom 3 and bathroom 4. Okay, and as you can see from this very nice, expensive, or we call it the master bedroom with attached. Yeah, so it's all very functional, easily fit a queen, and also a king size bed. Yeah, king size bed. And if you realize, the master bedroom allows us to also put additional storages if you want to. It is a 1281 sizable. Why you feel 1281 very affordable quantum and yet very sizable? Because of the very short corridor. All right, did you realize? Very short corridor that is being provided, okay, to be able to allow you to enjoy this enhancement of the function of these units. How about D2? D2 is the bigger size, 1356, 4 bedrooms. Okay, this one come with the study. All right, the expansion is come with, the key difference is the study. And take note, remember, attention to detail again. This study room can either come from the corridor, or it can actually double as what we call, okay, a bathroom with study. Can you see that? Sorry, not bathroom, bedroom 2, okay, with study. You can integrate this 2 as 1. You saw that? You can double this like we call it a junior master, okay, a junior master with a study room if you want to. It gives you that kind of flexibility, okay, if you want to. As you can see from here, this is where the master is, and this is as you can see from this bathroom 2, it is well connected to not just the bathroom 3 and 2, but also to the bathroom 4. Amazing part, it integrates the best of the both worlds. The study room with dual access, and also the storeroom with what we call dual access. Can you see the storeroom? Remember we mentioned this before? The storeroom, universal room. It can be a hobby, it can be a reading room, it can be a library, it can be anything that you want to. We give you the flexibility of coming out from the corridor or even from the wet kitchen from the WC. So that is that very well thought out, okay, layout given for the 4 bedrooms. As you can see from this DP means premium. Premium is a bigger unit, 1582. Okay, 158. So going into the DP1, okay, DP1 is where the biggest 4 bedroom is. Remember, it's at the corner. As you can see from here, the biggest 4 bedroom, right, come with private lift. Okay, the home shelter, as you can see from here, can double it as a, we call it domestic helper room. Take a look. Thank you so much for all your patience. Thank you. Okay, I just reset my computer. And cross ventilations for the master bedroom, as you can see from here. Okay, as you can see, all the bedrooms, you can easily fit a queen size bed. And most notably, can you see the study room? It is actually connected to the master bedroom. So these are some of the key things that all of you need to be aware on, all the attention to the details. And the junior master is actually tucked at one of the right-hand side, as you can see from the layout here, and it's 1582 square foot. Okay, we have 5 bedrooms in CLAVON. All right, 5 bedroom comes with private lift as well, as you can see from here. And on the left, it has the junior master with attached. And if you let me shift this a little, okay. As you can see from here, right, it comes with the dry and the wet kitchen. For the dry for us to entertain our guests. And if you look at it closely, did you realize that for the bath tree, right? Bath tree, take note about bath tree. It gives you the flexibility of converting this into another ensuite. Because sometimes we know big family, right? I wouldn't even say big family. I say the more well-to-do family, they may not use bedroom as bedroom. They may convert the bedroom 3 and bedroom 4 maybe for one is a called library, or maybe one is a study area. And if this family were to convert this as a study or this one as a family area, then this one can potentially convert as a bedroom with attached. So it comes with a 3-bedroom with attached, with 1 study room and 1 we call it library room. So that is a flexibility that we can enjoy in CLAVON. Yeah, and this is the perspective, okay, from the balcony towards the very large luxury 5-bedroom size. Okay, project concept. I'm coming very closely to the end. As you can see from this very majestic tower, this is looking towards from the south. As you can see from here towards the let me show you from this Clementi Avenue 1. Okay, as you can see from here, the AYE, that is the very site plan that we mentioned. I'm going into deeper into the project concept a little. Okay, as you can see from here, right, Clementi Avenue 1, remember, oriented you a little where you will be greeted with this large, we call it the grand entrance. Can you see this white line? This is the division white line that the landscape architect did. For this is what we call the upper deck. The overall concept of this is to provide the yellow arrow, to provide the upper level infinity view, and also the 3 top view with green buffer. You saw the green buffer? So you got 2 elevated experiences view on the infinity. So these slides you can actually show your client as well. As you can see from this cross section here, right? This is the first, we call it upper deck infinity view. See my cursor? And the other one will be the lower infinity view. And as you can see from this whole perspective here is the unobstructed, to give you that horizontal view, okay? When it is measured by the landscape consultant. That is the very raw drawing where they created the inspiration. And once they start to tuck in all the, we call it the social facilities, 50-meter lap pool, kids pool, and that's where they put everything together to make sure that the dimension fits. As you can see from the brown color scheme here, right? The recreational area is behind. This is the grand entrance with the CCC with a very large grand lobby with only 2 small, we call it very small footprint of these 2 majestic tower. And this white dividing line is where the upper deck is. And this is beneath it is actually having the 3 tops. Remember the B trees that's lining up the whole perimeter, leveraging on 80-20 rule. The inspiration of this whole landscaping come from this perspective here. Very large upper class view. That is where the architect wanted to create the very subtle but yet upper class luxury. You can see that perspective, very clean line, okay, clean line that is being incorporated into the whole upper deck. Okay, the upper deck is meant to be more exclusive, where the lower deck is meant to be more family oriented, socially bonding. Okay, so that is the very few. So let's take a look. So the orange color here, I want to give you an idea about looking out. Okay, looking out towards the entrance. That is where you look out. Can you see from the arrow here? That is the very grand view, the contour view that we mentioned. And how about looking towards the infinity? You saw the infinity lined up by the forest walk that we mentioned earlier on. So these are all well thought out. It doesn't happen by chance. You want to give it a visual corridor. The visual corridor all the way expansively to leverage on the terrain. Okay, with the left and right lobby landscaping. Okay, lobby landscaping. Okay, where can you see the 2 corners here? You see the 2 corners here leading towards your own, we call it own private apartments. And can you see this from the perspective here? Okay, where's this view? As you can see from the orange arrow that's lined up for you, is towards the, this is the view. Let me orientate this a little. Okay, orientate this a little. Okay, as you can see from here, you're looking towards the gym. Can you see this towards the gym? Okay, the one that's horizontal with that pool, right? Just remember it. This is the gym and the social lounge is. Okay, this is where the gym and social lounge is. Yeah, this is where the gym and social lounge is. Let me go into this. Okay, and the vertical one is where the function room is. Remember the 3 teams of function room, 1, 2, and 3. So this is to give it that feel of that lower and upper deck view experiences. You see that architects drawing out the line on the upper deck skyline. okay, and also the lower deck 3 top line. So you get infinity and 3 top view in this very CLAVON that is very different and refreshing. Okay, take a look at the upper deck facilities. Okay, where it's more exclusive. Remember the 50-meter lap pool, and also the gym and social room is actually on the upper deck. Yeah, on the upper deck. So how about the lower deck, where the Jack Cove is? You saw the Jack Cove, the spa pavilion. Okay, the small nooks and corners where we can enjoy a little. So that's the 3-dimension down to the gym, aqua gym, to tone the muscle, and the Japanese pavilion where you can enjoy a nice, we call it bonding family time. Okay, while overlooking the vast 80-20 panoramic views. How about the view towards the gym again? This is where the infinity angle that they want to achieve. How about towards the clubhouse? Yeah, this towards the function room, towards the clubhouse, where you get to see these two, we call it horizontal and vertical. On the left, you get to see the gym and the social space. They give you all the different angle for you to enjoy. You are like really living in the 5-class, okay, resort ambience development where the UOL wanted to achieve for everyone. So you put this in perspective, you look directly towards the infinity pool. That is where it give you the vast view. You saw that 3 lines, the nooks and corners, the 80-20 start to play out. The whole demonstration starts to play out. Okay, the lower and upper deck. In fact, the basement car park is very neatly tucked behind this, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see my cursor? It's very neatly tucked behind this. Okay, if you didn't pay attention to the detail, you don't leverage on the terrain, the cascading may not happen. You may see the ugly car, we call it car park. Yeah, ugly car park. But all this are being tucked nicely. Okay, where the upper deck, remember, is the more exclusive ambience, and the lower deck is where the water play, where the kids' paradise is. The water play and also the dry area is. And that is another perspective and experiences for once again. See that gym and social space created, the waterfall, the jet, while you enjoy a nice meal. And that is the water play. So water bonds family, okay, with Papa, Mama, Akong, and Ama. The aqua gym is. See that? And tuck all the way down to the corner. That's another perspective of the cascading water down. Can you see that? Can you see this coming from the lounge area that we mentioned earlier on? So all these are being measured. Earlier on, when I start to show you is that experiences. So it's to walk your client through the experiences that they can enjoy in CLAVON. Yeah. So as you can see from this pavilion, that is where you can enjoy a nice meal. We call it a gourmet grill pavilion with good friends. Okay, while your kids can enjoy the play, the water play, and the kids pool play at the area here. And this is another water play, okay, for your kids to enjoy. How about looking towards the social? Okay, in this perspective here, the social, you can see this arrow here, the social and the gym rooms, the air condition. So that is that from lower deck up. Can you see the lower deck up? The lower deck is where the kids' dry area is, and the forest lawn where they can lay around, while overlooking up will be the gym, right? While you may be enjoying the gym, looking down at your children. So that is that very perspective, okay, that they want to achieve. And this is the awesome majestic tower that, remember, the very best of the best idea that you get from the Avenue South. The panoramic view that I'm going to leverage is the actual view from the 36th floor. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine that panoramic, the far view that we'll be enjoying, okay, while taking into consideration the constraint. So some of the client may ask you about the constraint on the 40 level, on the 40th floor HDB, right? It's already taken care of already by tilting the majestic tower towards the open corridor, towards the hill view. Remember the slides? And how about this southern view? Southern view towards the panoramic, we call it landscaping, and the sea views. As you can see from here, even before it is completed, we already gotten this CLAVON. Please read this very important line. Architectural Design Asia Award. Okay, Asia Property Award 2020. Clean lines, soft gray tones of glass, and a V-crown accent, etc., etc. So that is the whole demonstration of this commitment by the very developer in this OCR project, by having that high-end upper class feel, okay, but paying at a very irresistible price, all right? And this is the last part, ladies and gentlemen. It is irresistible. It's only 15XX for the 1-bedder and the 3-bedder. I cannot believe it. And it's starting from 14XX for the bigger units that's so exclusively functional, so exclusively rare and limited. And that's where one can enjoy, okay, in this very award-winning development called CLAVON. So take a look at this, why it is irresistible using the facts and figures. As you can see for the West area in the green color zone, where the prices have already achieved 1,007, 1,009. Can you see the blue color where the OCR is already achieving 17, 17, and also 18. And for the first mover, only for the first mover, you will be getting at this 14 and 15. Yeah. So facts and figures, as you can see from this recent transactions, from 18 all the way to 19 for Cambridge. It didn't deviate from our very first consumer webinar, remember, on the market analysis, where we highlighted it's about 14XX, starting from 14XX for first mover, and bingo, okay, we are on the right track. And this one, as you can see from here, 18 to 17, and this is 17 to 1750 for the recent transactions, and the affinity as Serangoon is from 16 to 17, yeah, and Florence is from 16 to 17. And this is the statistics that's currently that we're having. And of course, the very irresistible price that we have for CLAVON. So I'm actually coming to the last part. Let me go into this, the last part. Okay, what are the three key things today that you gain? Number one, the conception of CLAVON. Number two, architecture. Number three, irresistible price. And the whole concept in gist is the integration of the best from three masterpieces. And it culminates to provide a very strong product in strong location at very saleable price for this fourth quarter 2020. Yeah. So I've come to the end of this session. Okay, if you got any questions, you may actually post into the question if you want to. So these slides I'll just play through. Okay, you already have gotten all this information earlier on.